let's
Where we at?
go
Where
with
we
your
at?
nemesis. Let's go with your nemesis.
Who?
How do
Who's
I?
Hills Nemesis?
We
That's
have to do what we normally do. We have to go
the
in
worst, the
order.
We'll
first.
go
Yes,
in order.
yes, we're gonna have to go in order. If we're not familiar with the NFL divisional series, we go from worst to first when we do an NFL divisional series. And now we're about to start with the AFC East. Let's get
The
it.
New York Jets. We'll start with you because they were last.
And I thought about it after I said it. I was
Go
trying
ahead.
to
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Hill.
yeah. No, you
Nah,
know
y'all can go
what?
first.
I'll start.
Go ahead.
So
I want
Thank
to
you.
hear what Hill got to say about these people,
the
man.
New York. So as we all know, I'll be brief. The New York Jets. They were one, just like the Broncos the previous year, one quarterback away. We know they got their quarterback. They
That's a
got
thing.
Mhm.
they got Karen, and so to me, as a team that is a quarterback away, and then you get a quarterback, that means you are now a Super Bowl or bust team.
How
So
you a
this team is
quarterback
Super Bowl or
away
bust,
and you was
and
last in your division?
said that same thing they said with the Broncos. So look, all I'm gonna say is it's a whole bunch of reasons why you could say that this team is a Super Bowl contender, but no one seems to want to talk about the reason that they will have a hard time being a Super Bowl contender is the offensive line. I cede my time so we can make sure Hill has all the time he needs. Go ahead, Kenny. Oh,
Yeah, go ahead, Kenny. Go ahead, Kenny. Go ahead, Kenny.
Um, I'm gonna piggyback off what AJ said. If I hate when teams say that we're quarterback away. And if you are saying that, you should have been in the AFC championship or the NFC championship to me. If you're saying that you're a quarterback or just a one player away. So I don't
like the
ever believe it
Rams.
is I mean, they pulled it off. They definitely pulled it off, but I still don't think that they was a quarterback away. Like they just, you know what I mean, it lined up for them. But the Jets were last in their division. So it's like, how dare you say we're a quarterback away? And the quarterback that you went and got, albeit has done a lot in the league, but he's an older guy. He's been injury prone the last 3 years. So it's like, and to AJ's points, it's a bad O line. So the Jets are a young core. They had young quarterbacks. None of them really emerged as franchise, but I think, I would have stuck with youth. Now you paid the money. You say you gave him a pay cut, but you paid the money. You got an old QB in there, and you're a quarterback away. And I think you might end up last in the division. So that's my take.
You got them last in the division. I've already stated that I have them missing the playoffs. This honeymoon stage that they are on is all cute. It's all fine and dandy. It's all it's all good. Aaron Rodgers is happy. Um, it's everything peachy keechy. Like, but my thing about it is I don't understand last year. Okay, listen, you was mad at Green Bay. I get it. It was hard for you to trust the wide receivers. Sometimes they were young, they were making mistakes, they wasn't at the spots where you needed them to be. They were dropping passes. I get it. People
Throw him
making
under the bus.
When people make mistakes, it's hard for you to trust as a quarterback. Like I get it. I just threw you a pass, it hit you in your hand, you dropped it. Am I supposed to trust on you on 3rd and 3 for you to get this done, right? So I get it to a certain extent that you didn't trust him, you didn't play within the offense, you had some frustration. But my thing is, if they were so trash, why you bring some of this trash with you? Because Alan Lazard was with you last year, and you were supposed to be able to trust him. He was in Green Bay. What did he do in Green Bay when he was supposed to have all these targets that, since Devontae Adams was gone, and he was supposed to just step up and be that number one wide receiver? What happened? Why didn't he step up? So what is going to be different in New York? Because Alan Lazard is dead again, right? You got rid of what's it, Elijah Moore, right?
Elijah Moore.
Got rid of Elijah Moore. You
I
went and
don't know
traded
why.
Denzel Mims.
I don't
Who
know
knows
why.
what y'all gonna do with Corey Davis because of his contract?
I like
I know,
Elijah
I know, I
Moore.
know you save money. So I know you save money. But what are you gonna do? Oh, you bought Randall Cobb in, right? When the last time Randall Cobb been good? You feel what I'm saying?
Back when
Like,
Jordy Nelson was in the league.
Oh, I get it. You got Garrett Wilson now. Oh, Garrett Wilson. Oh, he reminds you of Devontae. And he's and the boy's great. I mean,
Yeah,
good.
he is. Facts.
He has the potential to be great. And he could remind you of everything of Devontae because he is good. But what happens when it's just Devontae and Aaron type of offense? Oh, it looks good in the regular season, but what happens in the playoffs? When you just depended on one wide receiver, what happens to this offense? What happens to Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs? He fails. And then you try to blame it on everybody else. You know, AJ come on here. Well, you know, they didn't get him a number 2 wide receiver. You know, they didn't draft him a number 2 wide receiver. They didn't do all that. And yes, you, AJ, you gonna keep getting that until his ass retires. You know, I'm sorry.
Because that ain't
because you said it. Because you said it.
Because that was terrible.
I just don't get it. And AJ is an offensive line, you know, savant. So if your offensive line is trash, and it's been stated, even Robert Salah has had issues with his offensive line. So if you can't protect Aaron Rodgers, he ain't as mobile as he used to be. Like, how are they really going to produce? Oh, because they just a quarterback away. This defense was just so damn good, right? Cool. We've seen dominant defenses that didn't have offensive help all of a sudden get offensive help and do not play the same type of defense that they played when they didn't have offensive help. We've seen teams come all of a sudden get a quarterback that so be it was a one quarterback away, and all of a sudden didn't play the same exact way. Okay, it's all it's all
that's a dumb statement, bro. I swear.
It's all good. It's all fine and dandy. I used to believe in that quarterback away shit until Candy told me. Everybody said about the Washington when Ryan Fitzpatrick got there. Everybody was like, "Oh, they was a quarterback away." Candy said, "Hey, listen, bro, we ain't just a quarterback away." and I said, you know what? If he can say that about his team, then I can use that logic to assess that to everybody else. Hey,
I've been using that logic.
But I'm just saying, I'm giving you credit, my brother. How much credit?
All teams, and that's what
you want. Capital One?
Nah, and that ain't for you. That's for other people who can't keep it real when you know what I mean, when we doing the sports talk,
no matter what.
And when a lot of times when we do sports talk, people bring their fundamental, but I agree with a lot of what you said, man, about the Jets. Like to me, if you were a quarterback away, y'all would have won a division last year and just fell short in the playoffs. That's a quarterback away to me. But even still, I still wouldn't say that if that's what my team did, bro. Because like you said, Hill, we've seen teams go to the NFC Championship and or the AFC Championship, and then next year they don't even make it back because of one. you lose a nose tackle, your whole defense might change. You see what I'm saying?
But that's one of the reasons why I said, like, when we first brought up, that's why I said like the Rams, because what have I always been saying about the Rams? Once they won and people were saying, oh, is Matthew Stafford a Hall of Fame? And I'm like, no, they just needed Matthew Stafford to be Matthew Stafford, which was one play better than Jared Goff. And we literally saw it happen in that Super Bowl, where when they needed a play, Matthew Stafford was able to make a play like on that pass to Cooper Kupp over Eli Apple that Jared Goff wasn't able to make in the Patriots Super Bowl. And remember that was like a low. What was that, like 13 to like 9 or something like that Super Bowl. So they just needed someone to make it one. They needed it to be one play better. And they actually did everything that they could to keep that team as constructed to make sure it was one quarterback away and build on that, not just, oh, we'll get a quarterback and stay pat on everything else.
Which is why I always said if they would have just stayed pat with Goff, they might have won the Super Bowl with him. And
that was my point of
abandoning your quarterback for falling one play short. That's the dumbest logic I ever heard, and that's why I hated the fact that they did win, because it justified all of the fans' logic in that. When reality, bro, I promise you, if they would have stayed pat with Goff, they probably, because they legitimate, like you said, they did
Jaquiski Tartt. If he would have just caught that interception, it would have been over.
It's a game of inches, man.
Before we move on to the next team, I do want to say this. All hate aside, he does look happy. and I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers. He does look happy, and the fact that
have you seen the crackheads in New York? They be happy as hell.
that crack different definitely is, it's less cut, it's more not stepped on. It's more purified than what he got from Green Bay. I know he was getting that dirt from Green Bay. It was definitely a transaction twice, but had to get there for Chicago and Chicago. I just said too much.
It definitely was from Chicago though.
You're not getting that in Milwaukee.
That Milwaukee.
But like I said, he does look happier. Like I said, he went to OTAs, mini camp. He actually, tried to build some chemistry. Like you say, he took less money. He's doing everything possible as a team player to actually, put the Jets team in position to succeed. Things that he could have done in Green Bay that he chose not to do, but that's neither here nor there. So I can understand people having optimism about the Jets and believing in the Jets to accomplish something. I'm just not one of the ones to believe it, but I do understand why people feel that way.
There you go.
You know it.
The Jets are a cursed franchise.
I mean, because one thing they ain't gonna do is keep it real about his daggone team. Man. So
I don't even know. I think at this point he don't expect nothing good, so he's just always just being a pessimist. So I don't know if it's just keeping it real or he just sick of it.
Yeah, he's just a complete pessimist when it comes in.
Right.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? He knows, bro. If any team was ever in our lifetime a quarterback away, then damn it, it was the Rams. As much as I hate to say it, but I still don't believe in that, man. They got lucky, and because even a broken clock,
right twice a day. So who the next is? It got to be the Patriots, right?
Yes.
All right. Who wants to start?
I'm not too down on the Patriots, man.
I
got them in this kind of same range of like a potential double-digit team, man. A double-digit win team.
They got your boy. They should be elite on the ground.
Yeah, and then they went 8-9 last year. I think now
they got Bill.
Right.
Like, come on, man.
They actually brought in Bill O'Brien to run the offense, and he's basically one of those products of that. And we've seen kind of like Josh McDaniels, he came back and started running the offense again, and it kind of stabilized and it looked the same, although it's not the same with Mac Jones. But I think from Mac Jones' rookie year, and I think they won 10 games that year. I think bringing Bill O'Brien back in is going to stabilize this offense, and they won't look as terrible as when Matt Patricia was there. So I think that this is one of those teams that's going to be able to win, double-digit games, because even in a down, like what we expected to be a down year for them, that defense was still like that secondary was like it played above what anybody was expecting. So I think with that defense, Mac Jones being able to kind of get back into at minimum, hopefully, what he was as his rookie year, this is a dangerous team.
My thing about it, and I agree with everything you said. The moves that they made were Patriot moves, but these were Patriot moves with Tom Brady at quarterback. Am I still here? Y'all got me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear you. You just
we got you. You back? No, you're not.
But so just until he comes back, what I like, those definitely were Patriot moves, and I understand what he's been about to say about like the moves.
I'm good.
Okay,
got
back,
me.
Yeah, we got you now.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm saying the moves that they made, they were Patriot moves. They were upgrade, breaking into Juju. Getting Mike Gesicki at tight end. These were Patriot moves, but these were Patriot moves if you had Tom Brady at quarterback. Now, if you still had Tom Brady, you would feel very high about this team. But now Mac Jones coming off a questionable year. I get it. You didn't have a coordinator, offensive coordinator, a competent one. Like I said, and like Drew said, an actual OC does work wonders. Like you said, we get it. So I get it. They're going to be competitive. They're going to be of course they're going to be better than 8-9. Like I said, they getting Bill O'Brien is 2 wins right there. Off simple fact of competition.
On paper,
absolutely. So I get it. I think they're just going to be a nuisance. Like
they always going to be a nuisance now.
Like they're just going to be just a nuisance of team. And like when I said about the Steelers, right? The Steelers made moves, right? I said the Steelers made moves. They made all the moves that you need necessary, and they're building towards something. But once again, the standard is the standard. At some point, isn't the standard in New England? Like, not just to have a
Absolutely.
competitive team, right? It's trying to get back to
Yeah.
some AFC championships, right? Or try to get back to the Super Bowl. Like, y'all are the Patriots, right? Not just making competitive moves to just be a good team, right? Like, at this point on paper, they are just a good team. But like, like,
I mean, but that's for years. That's all they was, and they won. But
but they
what's
won.
to your point about Brady? What does everyone say about Brady though? Like they say that his coach made him. So it's like, okay, so make another hove. You know what I'm saying? Make
You
Mac
said it.
Jones. If
It's
what
time.
everybody
It's time for
says
you to. Yeah, it's
then
definitely
this should
time to
be the
make
year
Mac.
for Mac Jones. And all of these Patriot moves should pan out. I got them number 2 in a division. That's giving away my
So
top pick, but
right.
it is what it is. I'm like AJ. I feel like they're gonna be. I agree with both of y'all. I feel like they're gonna be a double-digit win team, but I feel like they're gonna be a nuisance as well because they know even the games that they lose. I feel like they're gonna be in it and have a chance because that's just the Patriot way. And so it's like if Mac Jones could turn the corner. And the defense could play better, and what I mean, they got Bill, like we said, back at the helm. So it's like, hey, plus you have the Jets. You're in a division with the Jets. So it's like that should help.
And I think, like I said, one of the weaknesses that we picked out about the Jets is that offensive line. So we've seen Bill attack Peyton for years. We've seen him attack some of these great quarterbacks. So
Mhm.
him going up against a Jets team and a aging Aaron Rodgers, who's not as mobile as he once was,
Let the
with
dog loose.
with a leaky offensive line. Bill's gonna know how to muddy that picture for Aaron and make Aaron
Yes,
have
he
to,
is.
make some different decisions. So I think that's going to be, tough for them, and that's two places, like, 2 games within the division, and I also think that another one of the teams in their division they're going to give some trouble to. So we can go. Y'all want to go ready to go to the second place team?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the Miami Dolphins, and that's the team I was talking about. I think Bill is going to be able to give that team trouble too, especially
hmm
with the addition of a bigger athlete like Christian Watson.
hmm
Not saying he's going to be able to pick Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle and be like, I'm gonna shut y'all down. But we've seen Bill work wonders with secondaries, and he understands what those guys really do best. So I think
Yep.
him being able to put them against Tua with that offensive line, and then the pressure that he builds and how he really goes personnel specific when he games plan to actually try and neutralize what you do versus just having like an overall scheme and saying, hey, our scheme will stop you. He will personalize his game plan. And so I
hmm
think he's going to be able, like, for sure going to be able to give these teams within the division hell.
Yeah. Man, you know how I feel about the Dolphins, man.
Yeah.
And my thing about the Dolphins is Tua is their quarterback, and he is injury prone. And I don't know if their offense works the same when he's not in there. Then on top of that, the division is tough. Everything that you just said about Belichick, everything that you just said about the Patriots, everything we have about the team that we haven't talked about yet. You see what I'm saying? So it's like,
Yeah.
and on top of that, they're a young team, right? But it's just like they got speed, they got wide receivers, but all that's dependent on their star quarterback being healthy. And it's just like, bro, I'm at this point, Tua's health concerns to me are more of can he protect himself? So it's like
Yeah.
we know it's a dangerous sport, but when you look at a Kirk Cousins, right? The one thing that I don't know if Kirk Cousins has missed a game, bro. He never missed a start once he started for Washington. I don't know if he's missed a start for the Vikings. And Kirk Cousins is not a big guy. And he don't really fall down like a Peyton Manning. He stands tall. But he's protecting himself. If someone gets a hold of him, he does, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to get out of tackles and break tackles. And Tua's that type of guy. Tua's a fight for every yard type of guy. And in the NFL, that mentality is bone breaking, bro. So it's like, if we're talking, if the theme right now is teams being a quarterback away, you know what I mean? I think the Miami Dolphins are a quarterback away because the quarterback that they have on their roster, I don't know if he can be present. So it's like, not sold on them at all. And in fact, I would have had the Dolphins last, except I'm sold on the talent around Tua more than I'm sold on the talent around Aaron Rodgers because of everything that Hill said. One, you should have kept Elijah Moore. I like that dude. So it's like him and Rodgers. I think that would have been better than a Lazard, for sure. So I don't know what the issue was there, but it's like if it wasn't for that, I would have had Miami dead last for real. And I think it's a huge gap between 1 and 2. Not one. I think 1 and 2 are like here, and then the other two are both like. It's a gap, and then they both like it's like one right above the other for last place.
Yeah, I'm good. I remember when AJ, said the what ifs are very important in sports, period. So I'm not gonna, dwell on that hard because we understand if Tua is healthy,
I think the internet just paused.
It's everything that about Miami, whatever Miami's going to do, whatever they're going to be, is predicated on his health.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the other injuries now. That's affecting them. Like Armstead getting injured. Like how long will he be out? We already understand that Jalen Ramsey is probably gonna be out till December. But what? Go ahead. I'll let you go ahead.
But here's my thing. When isn't Teron Armstead injured?
Yeah, I mean he's been injured a lot. I mean,
to me, this should have been something that they were prepared for though.
But they did.
Exactly.
But they did.
So ain't no sympathy.
They feel like they're a quarterback away. That's a mentality, bro, and it's a bad one.
Getting Jalen Ramsey, his injury is definitely affected because I believe that their defense was definitely going to take a step up, especially with getting Fangio as the defensive coordinator.
The way he been getting cooked, bro.
Getting Fangio as the defensive coordinator.
Yeah, that might have helped. But that boy been getting cooked. He still got to play.
But in his defense, his getting cooked.
Nah, I'm joking.
I know it was viewed differently because when you one of them ones at the elite level and you start to get, you start to get cooked, you still better than a lot of the people. Like you say, ain't like you just came down to good. You went from elite to great to good, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like you trash. You just came down a few levels. But with the a Fangio led defense, I felt that they were going to be
better,
a whole lot better. You know what I'm saying? And maybe the pressure wouldn't have been on to it. Take those hits that you were saying that he might have had the confidence that what
I don't think he can get this thing away.
Though. Hey, I mean that's a
no
mindset
matter what
thing.
The defense is doing.
That's a mindset thing. So like I said, some things you got to learn. Like I said, of all the hits that you took last year, and you're not learning how to protect yourself at some point. Hey, that's on you, my brother.
That's why I said they gotta just look at Kirk Cousins, bro. He's available. He's not no diesel guy. He's no bruiser. He just been available, bro. He don't get hurt. Just get rid of that rock.
But that was one of the parts that was, that those teams did to kind of like mess with Tua as well. They kind of made him hold the ball a little bit longer, and that's one of the reasons why he tried to get ball to James Harden fat suit this offseason. So maybe those defensive tackles can't toss him around like they did last season.
We'll see.
I don't know why Miami didn't prioritize getting a serviceable backup quarterback, which I would say get Jacoby.
Which when you know that you're gonna need one. Like, come on, bro.
I mean, based off the year that Mike White had, he's not a serviceable backup.
And you got to think also
I just feel
they've
like it's
seen
a
Mike White
drop-off.
too.
The numbers are decent, but I just feel like the team going to win with him.
I mean, the Jets was winning when he was there. You know.
Well, here's my thing: is Mike White better than Skylar Thompson?
When it was like magic in a bottle,
Yes.
and then it stopped. Remember?
To answer your question, AJ, yes.
So if Mike White is better than Skylar Thompson, they feel like they are in a better place at backup quarterback. And let's not forget, Skylar Thompson almost beat Josh Allen and the Bills in the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
Almost don't count.
But that's what we talk about the quarterback. They feel like they took a step up. And so to me, this is an upgrade. And they say,
but if that's the case,
Drew said get Jacoby. But sometimes maybe Jacoby said, hey, this ain't the place I wanted to be. Sometimes you got to think about, what it is. And also Mike McDaniel, he from that, that Shanahan, that coaching tree. So he's like, hey, I've seen Mike White. He does the same shit all my quarterbacks have ever done. Get the ball out quick. So, and they look like him too.
Where is Jacoby? Ain't Jacoby in Washington?
Yeah. He behind Samuel.
So to answer Drew directly, if you're Jacoby, and my backup choices are Washington and Miami,
that's good choices.
I kind of get what he's saying because with Tua's injury history, you're
gonna be looking at more time for sure.
But that was my point. You gotta also weigh in. Were those his options? He could say, "Oh shoot, I would go to Miami if they call." But if they can't call, then
that was Drew's point. That's what Drew was saying. You know what I'm saying?
But my point was like
Mike sold on Mike White, and the Jets clearly aren't sold on Mike White because the Jets felt like they're a quarterback away.
No, the Jets sold on
Aaron Rodgers. That's why they just didn't have
But this is what I was.
And you don't need a backup. You don't need a backup for Rodgers.
They invested. He's mentoring Zach Wilson. That's their backup.
He wants to mentor now.
But
now he wants
real
to
quick,
mentor the youth.
That was my point, Ken, when I was saying Mike White looked like all the quarterbacks that come from the Shanahan tree.
He does.
And so that's probably why he's like, okay, let me get him as a backup because I know he's going to be able to do what
I'm just agreeing
we ask in the system.
With your point that might not have been Jacoby might not have had that option. And that's also what Drew was saying. Like, why did I know they believe that, but Drew don't believe Mike White.
At the end of the day, we all came to the same conclusion. Like we all on the same page.
Yeah.
Because he did say it's an upgrade for sure. Miami's trading to win now. They are biased. That's what I'm saying. But once again, like I was stating, I mean, still at the end of the day, it's based off Tua's health. Right.
Yeah, at the end of the day, because not many teams outside of not many teams feel like if their starting quarterback goes down, they're not in a shitty ass place. So at the end of the day, like
you might could win some games, but like
sometimes if you feel like you have those expectations, you really got to weigh out. Hey, if he go down, do we even want to be good?
You got to
weigh that sometimes.
Thank you.
They was a taking team anyway. They know the tank.
Facts.
That's all the motherfucker do.
That's their style.
We ready to get to the Buffalo Bills.
I apologize, but I don't know what the hell happened with the hotel Wi-Fi today. Like, so this is tough.
So, but yeah, so as Hill, there goes Hill.
I've been talking this about this shit terrible.
We've heard some of you.
Yeah, we heard you.
Definitely
terrible.
I'm here chopped and screwed in the hotel, right? Damn,
off that Texas tea.
Yeah, bro, that's what I've been listening to today. Though I've been listening to all Pimp C, bro.
As soon as we jumped on, sipping on some Scissor Pimp C verse was on. I was like, oh, see, niggas got about to get me in, put the game face on.
So we ready to move on to the Bills?
Yeah, that's where I've been trying to introduce the Buffalo Bills for like 3 minutes while your internet was messed up.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna start first with the Bills. I believe the Bills have been utterly disrespected this offseason. Like from what I've been seeing. They, a lot of the moves that they've been wanting them to make, a lot of moves they did make, a lot of the things that happened with the Bills. I understand that they lost, but they were contenders last year. They were, a lot. I think they might have been my Super Bowl pick, to be quite honest. But there was a lot of people Super Bowl pick. Josh Allen was a lot of, MVP favorites and all that. They fell short. They got their ass whooped to the Bengals in the playoffs. It's just that simple. But just because they lost in the playoffs, I get it. They lost in the playoffs. Doesn't mean that they're not a good team. Doesn't mean that they didn't have a good all season. Doesn't mean that they're not a contending team yet again. Like, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, so but nah, like I'll say, to me, yes, they're a contending team, but I think this go back to what Cannon always say: you crowned them too early. Everybody was just trying to because everyone felt that, they took Patrick Mahomes, 13 seconds. If they would have just been able to touch the ball and this and that was the real AFC championship game and this and that. No, y'all didn't do it. You shouldn't have let them get to, bro. It wasn't like, 13 seconds and like they was letting dudes run wide the hell open. Y'all let them do that. Like, y'all did it. So y'all didn't do what you were supposed to do in the allotted time. So it wasn't just it's been the shoulda, woulda, couldas. Because it was, if we could have touched the ball, and had a chance in overtime, we would have won that game. But nobody cares to realize, the Chiefs got the ball to first in overtime in the AFC Championship game against the Bengals. Guess who still won that? Without winning the coin toss. And then Bills players themselves should be embarrassed because they came out and said, if it wasn't snowing, we would have beat the Bengals in the playoffs.
Y'all should be used
you're home. You're the home team. You were the favorite. Everyone looked at us like, that defensive line gonna kill that offensive line. Josh Allen, that defense is not gonna be able to handle Josh Allen.
Game? That's a 360 throw game?
Nah, not that one.
I was about to say, because I knew they was gonna lose. You feel me?
Oh, no, that was the pregame. Yeah.
That was it, right?
He did it on their logo. Yep, you're right. My fault. I thought you was talking about in the game.
It's over because it was already snowing, and he was too cool in that, man.
But here's my thing: the Bills players were complaining. That's their home field. That was Jamar Chase and T. Higgins' first time ever playing in the snow.
Hey,
but once again, it comes down to those if.
All kids always wanted to play football in the snow, man. So it was like a dream come true. And guess what? We ran it the fuck up on y'all, man.
Everything that you said, AJ, was true. Everything you said, AJ, was true. I get it. And like I said, I'm definitely not making any excuses for the Bills because, like I said, they came up short, they lost. And like Miss King said, they got a black cloud over them. You know what I'm saying? Some things always happen. Like I say, I mean,
she was talking about your internet, but
I mean, I thought she was too, but I mean, it must be a cloud out this morning or something, because God damn. But at the end of the day, they have an elite quarterback. They have a defense. They have the personnel on everywhere that they need to have the personnel at. They tried to make some upgrades on the offensive line. They brought some running backs in. Everybody said they need a running back, some running back. They've made the upgrades, the necessary upgrades that they needed to make. That all the pundits have said that they need to make. So once again, they are a contending team again, and I believe they still are head and shoulders above everybody in this division.
Yeah, I do. I agree with what AJ said. I do feel like they crowned them early, but that's as far as being the kings of the league. I like Hill said, I feel like they're head and shoulders over everybody else. I feel like the Patriots are the closest to them, but I feel like it's a clear favorite for Buffalo. So it's like, as much as you said, Hill, that people have been disrespecting them this offseason, rightfully so, they have, because you know how the media is. They do it for clicks. Aaron Rodgers been in New York. They've been eating it up. And you know what? I think the Bills can take that personal, like Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And I think they got something to prove. And I think a lot of those players do have, like Stephon Diggs. I feel like he got something to prove this year. You feel what I'm saying? They do have an elite quarterback, Hill. They do got a more than serviceable defense. You know, and I feel like now you add a chip to the shoulder, like I expect them to be a contender as well. So we'll see where the chips fall in at the end of the season.
Before we move on from this division, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
Say it. Go quick.
Damn it.
Yeah,
No, we can hear you. Go quick while you still got service.
Okay. I'll say. We know, like when we started off the division series, we was asking questions about each team. So I want to go rapid fire each team. Let's ask a question. We don't have to answer it, but the question that we have for each team. I'm gonna go. Let's go with the. Let's go back in order. Jets. What question do we have for the Jets?
Offensive line.
That's
offensive
your
line.
question. My
Health
question
and depth.
Yeah, I'm health. Aaron Rodgers, to be specific.
All right, I'm with you. That offensive line definitely. If they gonna be trash, I mean, you saved all this money from Aaron Rodgers. Like, can you go get some players? I thought that was.
I wouldn't give a damn if they was good. When I seen him be protected in Green Bay, he ran out and just calf string. Was nobody hit him, bro. So it's like, bro, he's old.
All right. So next team, Patriots. Can Mac Jones take that next step?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I was just gonna say,
especially
offensive potency.
If Bill made time, you know what I'm saying? Make another hole.
Tua, we all know. I mean, not Tua, but Dolphins. Can Tua stay healthy? We can just.
I'll throw one.
Can Mike White catch the magic in a bottle? Because I feel like he's gonna play. He's gonna play this shit.
Okay, you are here calling it Magic Mike. Okay, pause.
Yikes! I'll throw another one out there just to kind of be different. Can Jalen Ramsey come back healthy and make an impact
in December?
No, hell no.
If they a playoff team, that's what I'm saying. Like,
but if he comes back, I feel like he's gonna be trying to get his damn legs under him.
That's what I said. Can he?
I feel like he might come back. I don't know if I expect him to just come back in rare form, swooping and big hits. So
question for the Bills. Are y'all so dependent on Brian Daboll?
My question for the Bills is: are you going to take that next step? They crowned you early. They crowned your asses, and you let them off the hook. So what are y'all going to do? You let everybody that crowned your ass off the hook. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna grab your nuts and make a statement, or are y'all gonna be at home when it snows, saying if it didn't snow, we would have won?
I kind of figured that you was gonna go, but I knew that's where you're gonna go, and I like that question because that's it's the main question. Like, what y'all gonna do at this point? Like, what more do y'all need?
Because we know that y'all can win a division, but that's not your goal, like you said. Like, at some point,
what more do you need at this point?
Yeah, come on now.
So if the Jets don't do well, then what? Was it worth it? Hell no, it was worth it. I mean, but you got to try it.
Yeah. So this is my thing. If I'm a Jets fan, go for it. Like I would love to see my team go for it and lose than to do nothing and lose.
Yeah. I'm about to say, yeah, I would definitely do the same. I'm definitely going to just show me that you care.
Yeah, so
that was always my point about the I made that same point when we talked about KD coming to the Suns. I was like, I mean, when it's on the table, sometimes you just got to go for it.
Yeah,
and of course, bro. Like if KD would have came to my team, bro, I would have took it with open arms. But it was just funny because you was frying KD before the Suns, bro.
Give it to me, baby.
Like that notification at what that notification at 1 o'clock in the morning, I was just like,
I was disgusted, bro. I was disgusted. I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, yo, this dude, bro, like, you really just want to go to the best team multiple times, bro. Like, come on, man.
Calm down, Cannon. I know before you go full cannon on KD.